Trying to figure out my phone.
Hey guys, the Captain's Log with Doug T. Doug Thompson is a hypnotist comedian. So it's like a hypno comedy.
Hypno comedy.
Is that what you go by? Like
Yeah.
I would say that's what it is, right?
Or if I'm not funny and people fall asleep, I'm like, they're hypnotized.
Yeah. You could get away with it. You could get away with doing both, being either super funny, or you could just hypnotize everybody and say, well, they're not laughing because they're all under. They're under right now.
They're under. Folks, they are really under.
So
I'm
while
hooking
you're
this
sharing that, tell me one of the worst shows that you did where somebody just got hypnotized and they were out of control. Does that ever happen?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some people get really out of control. Depends on which part. What do you want to ask about? Like copy link, right?
Yeah.
Part you really want to see get out of control is
Doug, you're not hypnotized right now. This
I'm
isn't
trying to
that
think of
hard
like
of a
the
question.
craziest one. Well, I've had people take their clothes off on stage.
And so you have to put them back on, like.
Well, I stop the music. Usually I'll say a guy is going to take his shirt off, but on this particular one, a girl started taking hers off. I had a girl start taking her pants off once.
And you gotta say like
I
time.
stop it. It's instant. I go and freeze.
Oh,
you don't
so
want
you stop them by you put them back under. So the
A lot of
question
times the
is,
crowd gets mad, like, "What are you doing?"
why would somebody just take their pants off? Does that mean they're super horny all the time? Or how does that work?
I think
because they're under the hypnosis, so they don't know exactly what they're doing.
Well, part of it is this girl was she was gay, which I knew, and I think she plays the male role in the relationship. So I said only men are going to be taking their shirts off. So she started taking hers off, which I totally get.
Yeah.
But from a standpoint ethically, I couldn't necessarily.
Right.
have
Yeah.
that.
You didn't want the boobies popping out on stage.
No. So therefore,
everybody else in the audience did, but you didn't.
Especially your girlfriend, she's like, "Yeah, take it off." So if I hit copy link, do I go to?
You just hit copy link and then go to your page and share it.
All right.
So now you go on yours and you just go to yourself and then share it, and then your people can see us live.
Perfect.
But we're in Fort Myers. We just left 1055 The Beat. We did the freak show, and now we're driving over to Big Mom on the Wild Bunch, and then we're gonna see Jeff Zito, and then the day's a wrap. Then you get to go back and
sleep.
Yeah, sleep, because you traveled last night.
I did.
And you got here, and there was a big delay.
Well, what was even better, I posted this earlier today. There was a delay, but when I got to Avis Rent-A-Car today, the people at the counter were wearing the exact same shirt I was.
Oh wow! So they had the same.
I know, it was so close. I'm burning the shirt today.
If you don't share it, no one's gonna see us.
Oh, I already shared that part.
All right. We're getting there.
But
He's getting into the conversation. You have ADD worse than me, or what?
Well, I'm trying to run phones. I'm trying to do everything.
But I'm driving and doing the Captain's Log. You just have to hit share.
I'm used to my daughter driving. I'm over here pumping the brakes.
Oh my God.
What is going on? But no, that's been a little weird with people taking their clothes off. But it's the biggest thing we were talking on the way out of who can get hypnotized or not.
Yeah.
Is we were just trying to do, the reason we're setting this up was we were just trying to do one with somebody in there, get a young lady at the radio.
Right.
And she was so nervous. And she was so nervous, I think what you guys, with the rest of the guys were going to make her do and say.
Right.
So what happens is I can't make anybody go, but I can take anybody. They got to release. They got to go. They got to let their brain just get relaxed enough to go.
They have to be in the right mindset.
They have to.
Is that true?
Yeah, they have to.
If you fight it, you can fight it, 100%.
Oh, totally, without question.
So you have to just walk in and say, all right, take me, and I want to enjoy this. Mm-hmm. Because it's enjoyable. Isn't it like resting?
Oh, it's 1 hour of hypnosis, like 8 hours of REM sleep. So you just get...
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I haven't had 8 hours of sleep in I don't know how long. I went to bed last night at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I woke up at 5:45.
What?
I work, and then I get up real early, and it's just
Is that why you got a bucket to get all those coffees in here?
No, those are my kids. Those are all decafs.
I have like 6 coffees.
Yeah, my kids from yesterday, they had to have like, special breakfast for back to school, so I treated them to Dunkin' Donuts.
Hey, that's a good treat.
Yeah.
You're wired at school now?
No, it was decaf.
Okay.
But then my daughter's
You're at school
lactose
now?
intolerant.
Oh, me
so
too.
Yeah, me too.
That's
But I
terrible.
fight it. Do you fight it?
Well,
I test everything. I'm like, oof, I love cheese, I love milk, I love sweet.
I like ice cream, but man, it affects me the next day.
The next day. I'm good within like 30 minutes. I'm ready to go.
Sneeze is cloudy with a chance of meatballs. I don't like it at
Wow.
all. It's bad.
Yeah, I totally push the limits. Like,
Yeah.
I know it's not going to work out well, but I'm like, I got to have that.
My daughter is too. That's weird. We got something. Look at that.
Yeah, boom, we're in. We're lactose boys.
The double L's.
So she was like, she took a sip. She's like, Dad, I totally want this iced coffee, but this cream is not gonna go well on my first day of school.
Yeah.
And she didn't care. She took a chance. She took a chance,
Her
which I
first
love.
class is
I love
gym
that.
Okay, kids, we're gonna climb the rope today in gym class. Oh no,
That's
I should
so
have had
funny.
that coffee.
So we're driving down the road. If you did like a little hypnosis on me right now, could I just fall asleep?
Well, considering you've only slept for 2 hours and 45 minutes, that might not be that
Would I
hard.
be a higher risk of going under?
I don't think I want to hypnotize you while we're driving.
Don't
down the
hypnotize me
road.
while I'm driving, because I'm a bad enough driver, and damn it, if I can't drive hypnotized any better, it's not going to work.
Well, you're working a phone, texting, drinking coffee, holding in whatever from lactose. No, I mean, you could, you definitely want to have their brain in a shut-off position. What I mean is I get them to focus on one thing. While you're driving, you'd be focused on way too many things, hopefully.
Well, what if I was
Like this old lady
diverted?
running
Like,
in
what
front
if
of
I
us?
if I wasn't focused on you, but you were like on the side putting me under? Can that happen, or no? I have to listen to what you say.
You really want to be focused on that thing, because it's like meditation. You ever meditated?
No.
We should probably get you into that. You'd sleep a little better.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think I'm a good candidate?
I don't know.
It's
2 hours-
hard. It's hard.
Well, you gotta shut your brain off, and that's where meditation comes in. Is you have to shut everything down.
Do you guys think I could shut my brain off? I don't know. I don't see that happening today. I think I already failed the meditation test.
When you tell me I slept, I went to bed at 3 and woke up at 5:45. Is that what you said?
Yeah, but I didn't feel like I refreshed. Not this morning. I went to bed
I
at
wonder
like...
why.
I know. And I tried to go to bed, like I got in bed at 11 o'clock. And then the phone
So
is...
you tossed and turned till 3?
Yeah. But I text and I tweet and I post and...
You married?
No.
I was gonna say you're sleeping like it, kicking people in there, rolling around.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that didn't go very well when I was married. It didn't make for a very happy wife in the morning.
Is that why you're not married? Because you just kept constantly karate kicking her while you were sleeping.
I don't think I don't turn. I'm very peaceful, but I just can't shut it down. But I heard that like a lot of entrepreneurs, I don't think they sleep a lot of hours. I think
You have your work on your mind constantly.
Yeah, I think that a good 5 hours is really all I need, no matter what.
Yeah.
And then trying to catch up on sleep, it doesn't work. Like if it's a Saturday or a Sunday, and I always say, I'm gonna sleep in on the weekend. I'm up at 6 o'clock, ready to go.
I sleep 6 hours, almost on the butt. 6 hours, that's it.
Yeah, because once you're in the routine, my routine is that the alarm clock goes off. I'm like, boom, I bounce up, I make the bed, brush the teeth, I get ready for the gym, throw on a little cologne, deodorant, so I'm ready to go to the gym, ride the bike, come back, then I shower and I do all my stuff. But I usually, I'm up. When I'm up, I'm up. There's no going back to bed.
Yeah, I'm the same way. And my doctor told me, I asked him about sleeping like that. He said, if you're not falling asleep in the daytime, if you get real groggy, he said your sleep habits are fine.
Yeah,
Because I'm always reading, you're going to have a heart attack if you sleep under 7 hours or 8 hours, or, then you start going, great. Then you ask your doctor, and maybe he's totally wrong. I don't know.
People that take naps during the day just blows me away.
I do that sometimes.
Do you? How can you do it?
Well, sometimes on the road when you're sitting in a hotel room, bored out of your mind watching.
I can't sleep for some
Tic-tac-toe,
reason when
whatever that
the
show is.
light, the minute the sun comes up, I'm awake. It doesn't matter what. Like, I literally, even this morning, I knew I had to get up to do the show with you. I woke up like 3 minutes before the alarm clock went off. And I didn't even wait for it to go off. And I just was like, off, I'm up.
Until you need to be somewhere at a certain time, and it's important, then you never wake up in time.
But I don't have that problem. Like, it's just built into me. Even as a kid, my grandfather would be like, all right, we're going fishing tomorrow morning. You know, you got to wake up at 6 o'clock. Don't forget. Like, it was a big deal. I would be up 5:45. Let's go. Even like my whole life. So I don't know what that is. What is that?
I don't know. I have a reoccurring nightmare, though, that I get a phone call from the club. Where are you?
Do you?
Like
yeah. I had that happen like recently.
Like,
the comedian just thought that the show was at 7 and 9 because they all were, but on Saturday night we did 6, 8, and 10. So at a 6 o'clock show, I'm calling him at like 6:30. Hey, where are you at, dude? And he's like, I'm fine. I'll be there in 20 minutes. Show's at 7. All good. I'm like, no, it's Saturday. 6 o'clock show.
Oh.
But it worked out. Like, you know, we just let the opening acts do a little longer time.
You're over the poor opener. You're over there going stretch.
They were stretching it. Yeah.
He's hit his closer 3 times. He's like Sugar Ray playing "I Just Want to Fly" 3 times throughout his set.
So every show that you do, is there like an order that you do, or do you just let the people, once they go out, once you put them out, do you basically work with what you see? How does it work?
No, I have tried and true bits that I do every time. They're sprinkled in there. Sometimes I don't know what bits are coming where.
Yeah.
Sometimes something will happen on stage where I go, oh, there's an opportunity to make something happen. But most of the time, I have a few tried and true bits that I know I'm opening with this because it gets them into that mindset.
Yeah.
I know the next one where I'm getting them to start going, but then after that, they all kind of jumble around. So they're switched everywhere at that point.
I wouldn't be able to push the stop button. If I saw something going rogue, I would just be like, oh my God, this is too good. I gotta keep going. But you have to keep your clothes on because there's alcohol involved, and you don't want to lose a liquor license or anything, and you don't want the club to be pissed and not have you back.
Well, you don't want to have there's people ask about, do you do those X-rated?
Hi. Jen Grant, good family friend from Boston.
Hello, Jen.
They're on there, and everyone's saying hi, guys. Drop your comments. This is the captain's log.
I think you say drop your pants.
No, not right now. It's too early.
I'm not wearing it.
It's too early. It's not even 9 o'clock. They can't do that yet. So, but follow us so you can know next time I go live, too, because I have an awesome show coming up on Tuesday with Dr. Dollar again. We're going to do how to drop belly fat and low testosterone, low T, which is huge. And apparently, low T is also for women. Did you know that? Low T for men and women. So I'm going to learn all about it.
That guy is not low on testosterone.
Yeah, that guy is very high testosterone, passing us at 80, passing us at 100 miles an hour in the slow lane. So
no, I didn't know low T for women.
Yeah, low T is a thing for women too. So I'm going to learn about that. But you're my guest today because you're at Off the Hook Comedy Club, which is going to be great. You're here tonight through Sunday, and you're going to hypnotize. How many people get hypnotized at once? So the people
size
watch.
Of stage.
Well, we usually have like 10 people on stage.
Yeah, and I put people out in the crowd. My average is usually 15 people on stage. So it depends. I mean, how many people go out? I say usually 70, 60.
Does anybody fake it?
Oh yeah, I can usually pick them up.
Why do they fake that? That always blows me away. Sometimes when people just think they're gonna be the funniest person. It's like a heckler, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Sometimes you get that person that thinks they want to be the star of the show, and you can tell right away, like, you'd never do this. You're totally acting.
Exactly. But I did see.
I launched them pretty quick.
So tell me this. I saw one time, and I saw this with my own eyes. This guy was hypnotized.
I saw this once. I saw this with my own eyes. Do you usually have other people's eyes?
Yeah, sometimes. Sometimes I do.
I saw it with somebody else's eyes.
This guy was convinced, he was hypnotized and told he was Michael Jackson. And he did a backflip.
Well, I've had a guy do a backflip.
And his wife was like, I've been married to him for like 9 years. He's never done a backflip. Was that real? He did a backflip, dude. I saw him. And he was moonwalking like he was totally Michael Jackson.
Well, people, yeah. I mean, he's obviously, I'm thinking he's known how to do a backflip. You don't just go into that.
Well, she said, like, I've never seen him do a backflip.
Maybe he's doing it in his spare time.
Maybe he's like a backflipper.
Does he have cardboard in the garage? Why do we have this cardboard?
He probably was young. Maybe he was younger doing it, and then he's like, well, I know the Michael Jackson move. It's a backflip. Michael Jackson doesn't even do backflips.
No.
But he definitely moonwalked. Like, he was so smooth. He was a smooth criminal.
He was.
That is a smooth lead-in.
Yeah.
He had, did he have like a hat on, a fedora that
he gave him a hat, yeah, because that was part of the prop.
Yeah.
And then the music came on, and he just broke it down. Like, he stole the show. And his wife was like, oh my God, that's the boy. He did a backflip and moonwalk. So, but that was like way extra. Like, I haven't seen that in all the shows. This guy was like legit, like, he killed it.
I have a video on YouTube of a guy doing a backflip into the splits.
Really?
Yeah.
And but has he done that before? That's his
know.
go-to move?
Ask,
Is that his pickup move, you think?
I don't know.
He's like, I'm going to work my magic right now on the stage in front of everyone.
If that was your pickup move, your go-to move, you'd have to look around, make sure you're not going to kick some old lady in the face on the way over.
You've seen those fails, right? Like the gymnasts or like the cheerleaders, the male ones that are flipping through the...
Yeah. They're trying to light a hairspray out of your mouth. Those people's face turn on fire.
Oh my God. I lit Steve-O's hair on fire one time with hairspray in the middle of CVS. He was testing hairspray to see how fast it went flammable for his act that night. And he literally sprayed Aquanet on his whole head, soaked his whole head. And he said that if you just use a little, that it literally will light your hair on fire. But if you soak it, like he drenched it in the middle of CVS, and then he's like, just light it to see if it works, man, see if it works. And I lit it, it went, and it flamed. And he put it out real quick. He's like, dude, that's the one, let's buy it. And then we got kicked out of the store.
Well, because the sprinklers turned on?
No, they didn't. Apparently you have to use a lot. Like if you use a little and just ignite your hair, then it starts your hair on fire. But if you use a huge amount, the liquid burns so fast.
Well, it's like butane gas.
Yeah.
It'll burn on the top.
So that was like a trick that I never learned, but I was very scared to pull the trigger on the lighter, but I did.
But let me ask you this. How did you think you weren't going to get kicked out of CVS?
Well, we were recording it, so it was kind of fun.
I mean, who looks down aisle 8 and goes, what's going on down? Oh, they're just lighting his head on fire.
Yeah,
fine.
The guy came running, and then we recorded him.
Can I help you
It was so funny.
Yeah.
We recorded him,
Aloe?
like, telling us, you have to leave now. This is just unacceptable. I'm like, it's Steve-O. Do you know who? Yeah, I know who he is. We're not lighting people's heads on fire in CVS. And it was so funny.
How you led into that story, though, it was like if you ever have to look for a job and they put on there, like, what else do you do outside of work? Well, I let Steve-O's head on fire once.
I've never had a job.
Well, you have a job.
Yeah, but I've never worked for anybody, like couple like pizzerias when I was like 15.
So let's say things go downhill and you got to fill out an application. Any other experience? I let Steve-O's head on fire.
I'll put that on my resume. I would have to make a resume from scratch.
Yeah.
Because I've never made a resume. Like I have some resumes that I would submit, like if people like, I need your bio, that kind of thing. But a job resume, I don't even have one.
Well, you can always put that in there.
That would be my.
That
would be my skill. Would that be under skills?
Extracurricular activities.
Pyromaniac. I have pyrotechnician abilities.
What do you do on weekends? Well, once I got thrown out of the CVS for.
Hey guy, hey, how are ya? Hey guy, L'Oreal Perez, how are you?
Did that guy just do the Budweiser?
He said, "What's up? Yeah. What's happening?" Yeah,
so I know that dude.
We're getting ready to pull into to Beasley Broadcasting, which is home of 103.9, and Jeff Zito, who's also a good friend of mine, and Big Mama and Babs, and we're gonna have some fun, man. You're gonna do live radio. Tune in now, guys. We just finished on 105.5 The Beat. We tried to hypnotize Brittany Gonzalez. I thought for a second you had her.
Well, I did. I know I did in there, and You could just tell she was so nervous. Once that door shut behind her.
Yeah, she got scared.
Oh,
One
yeah.
time in Boston, did you ever know the hypnotist Frank Santos?
I know who he is, yeah. I
Frank
don't know him
Santos.
personally,
Okay.
but
So,
I've never seen him with my own eyes.
Frank Santos Sr., because he passed away. So Frank Santos Jr. does it now. But in Boston, the guy literally owned the city for like in the 90s.
Yeah.
You couldn't get a ticket to his show. He was amazing. So one time I went on stage when I was in college. One of the only hypnotist shows I actually went to watch was his show. Because it just, it wasn't something that I was always doing before I got into comedy.
Right.
I literally got into comedy after going to like 4 comedy shows. And then I started a comedy club. So that's weird, right? I know. So I get on stage and I have jeans that are ripped. And they were like really ripped. Like literally, if I sneezed, I think you could have saw some balls. Like it was that, they were that ripped. And so I get on stage and I was out. But the guy next to me was this big kind of heavyset guy, and he was laughing and rolling around, and he kept bumping me and waking me up.
Yeah.
So he screwed up my hypnosis.
Had his hand in your hole in your pants.
Yeah, he was trying. Maybe they could have been. That's why I
trying to
got
grab
scared.
your night crawler.
Right?
Let me get that thing out of there.
Well, guys, this is the Captain's Log. Doug T. You got to check him out because he's a hypnotist, a comedian. His show's amazing. He goes all around the world hypnotizing people. Does clubs, colleges, casinos, theater shows. I mean, the show's going to be wild. And you're not going to be disappointed if you come out to Off the Hook Comedy Club tonight through Thursday through Sunday at Off the Hook. You go to offthehookcomedy.com. You can always follow me. I'm at Cap Brian on all social media. It's the hashtag Naples Captain's Log. And I'm Captain Brian, Doug T in the house. Guys, don't miss us. Check us out. We're going to be back tomorrow with the Captain's Log. Love you. Bye.